deep underground in an undisclosed location. This is Tread Comics presents the 1941 movie serial, The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Adventures of Captain Marvel is a 1941 American 12-chapter black-and-white movie serial from Republic Pictures, produced by Hiram S. Brown Jr., directed by John English and William Witney, that stars Tom Tyler in the title role of Captain Marvel and Frank Coghlan Jr. as his alter ego, Billy Batson. The serial was adapted from the popular Captain Marvel comic book character then appearing in Fawcett Comics publications Whiz Comics and Captain Marvel Adventures. Adventures of Captain Marvel was the 21st of 66 film serials produced by Republic and their first comic book character adaptation, not counting comic strips. The serial featured the Fawcett Comics superhero, placed within an original screen story. Captain Marvel fights a masked criminal mastermind called the Scorpion, who is determined to gain control of an ancient weapon. It is made in the form of a large metallic scorpion with adjustable legs, tail, and removable lenses that must be properly aligned in order to activate its powerful ray. During an archaeological expedition to Siam's volcanic Valley of the Tombs to find the lost secret of the Scorpion Kingdom, a device of great power, the Golden Scorpion, is discovered hidden inside a sealed crypt. While examining it, the device's quartz lenses are aligned and powerful energy beam erupts, causing an explosion, resealing the crypt. This allows young radio broadcaster and expedition member Billy Batson, who obeyed the warning on the crypt's seal not to enter, to be chosen by the ancient wizard Shazam. The wizard grants Billy the powers of Captain Marvel whenever he repeats the wizard's name. Captain Marvel's powers can be used only to protect those in danger from the curse of the Golden Scorpion. The crypt's entrance is quickly cleared. Then Captain Marvel enters Shazam, and quickly resumes his Billy Batson alter ego. The Golden Scorpion's power lenses are divided among the scientists of the Malcolm Archaeological Expedition so that its power can only be used by agreement of the entire group, who then return to the U.S. after their discovery. An all-black garbed and hooded criminal mastermind, calling himself the Scorpion, steals the ancient device after their return and sets about acquiring the distributed lenses. Several expedition members are killed in the Scorpion's quest, despite Captain Marvel's continual efforts to thwart his plan. Deducing that the Scorpion always seems to know what happens during the scientists' meetings, Billy later confides to his friends, Betty Wallace and Whitey Murphy, his suspicion that the Scorpion may be one of the Malcolm archaeological team. Discovering that one of the Golden Scorpion's power lenses was purposely left behind, cleverly hidden in the very crypt where it was first discovered, Billy Batson and the surviving scientists agree it must be retrieved. They return by cargo ship to Siam where, near landfall, they barely survive a typhoon before finally being rescued by Captain Marvel. They eventually retrieve the hidden lens, but it is stolen by the Scorpion. By accident, from a distance, the Scorpion observes Captain Marvel transforming back into Billy Batson. Capturing Billy and gagging him, the Scorpion interrogates him about his secret. Billy's tape gag is removed when he agrees to talk. Shazam is his only response, and he transforms in a flash of light and smoke into Captain Marvel. The Scorpion's identity is then revealed to be one of the last surviving scientists, who is killed by a Siamese native who turns the idol's ray on him, vaporizing him. Captain Marvel tosses the Golden Scorpion and its power lenses into a volcano's molten lava to prevent them from ever being used for evil. Upon its destruction, Captain Marvel is instantly transformed back into Billy Batson forever, the danger from the device's curse having now been eliminated. Adventures of Captain Marvel was budgeted at $135,553, although the final negative cost was $145,588, a $10,035, or 7.4%, overspend. It was filmed between December 23, 1940, and January 30, 1941, under the working title Captain Marvel. The serial's production number was 1098. The serial was the outgrowth of Republic's lengthy failed attempt at licensing national periodical publications, DC Comics Today, Superman character. Paramount Pictures successfully tied up all the characters' theatrical exhibition rights for its series of color Superman animated cartoons, produced for them by Fleischer Studios. The license that National Comics had provided to Paramount was exclusive and prevented other film companies from using the Superman character, even in a non-animated production. Undaunted, Republic's completed script was reworked with various changes. It now had an original masked hero, the Copperhead, standing in for Superman, subsequently becoming the mysterious Dr. Satan serial. The studio then approached Fawcett Comics about filming their most popular superhero, and they agreed. Director William Witney, however, was skeptical about trying to adapt Captain Marvel after the problems encountered with Superman. In spite of this, Adventures of Captain Marvel became the first superhero film adaptation of a comic book character. National attempted legal action to prevent Republic from developing their arch-rival's most successful character, citing Republic's failure at adapting a Superman serial. Their attempt was unsuccessful, however, and Captain Marvel went into production. Writing in his autobiography of the period, William Witney revealed that in his court deposition he had claimed that both Superman and Captain Marvel were derivatives of Popeye. About a decade later, following an ongoing legal battle with National and a declining comics market, Fawcett ceased publication of all its comic book titles. In the 1970s, the dormant Captain Marvel family of characters was licensed and revived by DC Comics, which they ultimately wound up purchasing, adding a final chapter to the Fawcett DC saga. The opening military scenes in the serial were reused footage lifted from Republic's 1938 film Storm over Bengal. Republic cast Frank Coghlan as Billy Batson due to his physical resemblance to the character. There was, however, some criticism that Tom Tyler did not sufficiently resemble the beefy, baby-faced Captain Marvel. 8. At the time, Tyler was a weightlifting champion and the serial costume matched Captain Marvel's original comic book appearance, right down to his being slender. By the time of the serial's release, the appearance of Captain Marvel had changed due to Fawcett Comics artist C.C. Beck changing the way he drew the character. Tyler was described as clumsy, knocking over props with his lanky arms. Punches and fight scenes would sometimes connect. Due to his convincing performance in King of the Royal Mounted, actor Robert Strange, as John Malcolm, was the obvious choice to be the identity of the Scorpion, but by the end of the serial he was just a diversion and not actually the villain. Republic's flying effects, under the direction of Howard and Theodore Lydecker, were performed using a dummy that was slightly larger than life, at 7 feet tall, and made of paper mats so that it weighed only 15 pounds. The uniform was made of thin silk and cotton jersey. 4 pulleys were connected to each shoulder and leg calf, which were then strung on 2 wires so the dummy moved along them by its own weight. The wires were attached to 2 opposite objects running across the camera's field of view, and the dummy then slid from one to the other, giving the illusion of flight. This system was originally intended for use in their Superman serial. A prototype dummy was even built but later discarded. The flying pose used for the dummy, arms outstretched and back arched, was based upon a Captain Marvel drawing by comics artist Mac Raboy. If the dummy needed to be seen flying upwards, the cape was convincingly weighted and the dummy was then slid backwards. The film sequence was then optically printed in reverse, completing the flying illusion. Stuntman David Sharp was the human part of the effect. Dressed as Captain Marvel, he would leap from a high point with his body straight, as if able to fly, then roll to land at the last second. The combination of flying effects and stunts produced the overall illusion of a flying person. Sharp also performed other stunts as Captain Marvel, such as backflipping and knocking down attacking Siamese tribesmen in the first chapter. Some shots of Captain Marvel flying were filmed with Tom Tyler posed against rare projected clouds. Some of these scenes, however, show the suspension wires used to hold him up. According to author Raymond William Stedman, the flight scenes are the most successful illusion of such aerobatics ever put upon the screen, in serial or feature. The technique had been developed in the earlier serial Darkest Africa, 1936. And was later used again in the Rocket Man serials, King of the Rocket Men, Radar Man from the Moon, Zombies of the Stratosphere, and Commando Cody, Sky Marshal of the Universe, released during 1949 to 1953. By contrast, the lower-budget Columbia Pictures Superman serials, which eventually appeared in the late 1940s, used unconvincing animated cartoon sequences to represent various actions, most frequently Superman's flights. The animated scenes of Superman in flight were vastly inferior to those of Republic's live-action sequences in Captain Marvel. Columbia produced the cheapest serials of the era, and producer Sam Katzman was notorious for cutting costs to the bone. One of Captain Marvel's tunics later appeared as the costume of a member of the Kryptonian Science Council in the first episode of the Adventures of Superman television series, filmed in 1951. The lightning bolt on the tunic is partially concealed by means of an oversized collar around the actor's neck. After the usage in the Superman TV series, two Captain Marvel tunics were worn by actors in early episodes of the pioneering U.S. science fiction TV series Space Patrol. Very early into the series, those Marvel tunics were replaced by custom-made shirts. At the Science Fiction Museum and Hall of Fame in Seattle, Washington, one of the remaining Captain Marvel tunics is on public display. Adventures of Captain Marvel's official release date was March 28, 1941, although this is actually the date the sixth chapter was made available to film exchanges. The serial was re-released on April 15, 1953, under the title Return of Captain Marvel, between the first runs of Jungle Drums of Africa and Canadian Mounties vs. Atomic Invaders. Due to the superhero nostalgia craze in the U.S. during the spring of 1966, resulting from the hit Batman television series, the serial was quickly re-released again, this time as a complete, nearly 4-hour-long feature film. All 12 chapters were just strung together, each opening with the prior chapter's ending scenes and a plot synopsis. Audiences were forced to sit through a summation of what they had just watched in the previous chapter. And now, Dread Comics is proud to present the 1941 movie serial, The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Now our feature presentation, The Adventures of Captain Marvel, Chapter 1, The Curse of the Scorpion.
Mr. Howell?
I don't know, Billy. Let's find out. What do you make of that symbol, Malcolm?
I don't know, Howell. Does it mean anything to you, Tal Shatali?
The men of the hills are gathering. The symbol says that the white men are to be driven from the Valley of Tombs.
Lieutenant! Close the stockade gate. Man the machine guns.
Yes, sir. Close those gates! Take your places. Man the guns. Come on, give me a hand.
Take cover, Betty. This may be serious.
What causes this attack?
The legend, Tuan. No white man shall desecrate the Valley of Tombs.
That is not the true legend. When there's desecration, Scorpio will erupt. See for yourself, there is no eruption. You have spilled blood without reason. Return to your people and counsel them to await a sign from Scorpio.
It shall be as you say, Tuan. The true legend must not be violated. The white men must leave. There is a curse which says that any white man that enters the Valley of Tombs shall die.
He's coming back.
It looks as if Tal Shatali was successful.
I hope so.
Is the attack over?
Who are they? What do they want?
We'll not be attacked again if we stop our work in the tombs and depart.
But our visas and permits are in order.
The chief warns that no permit will protect us from the curse of the Scorpion if we enter the inner tomb.
The only reason I financed this expedition was to examine the contents of that tomb.
Surely you're not going to be stopped by a native curse. It's superstitious nonsense.
That's what everybody said about the curse of King Tut's tomb. But a lot of them died.
We'll handle this, Billy. We'll open the tomb at once. We'll strike camp in the morning and be well on our way before there is any further danger from the natives. That suit you, Tal Shatali?
I wish our danger came only from the natives.
You don't take this curse of the Scorpion seriously.
Believe me, gentlemen, there is a curse of the Scorpion.
Nonsense. We'll be seeing ghosts next. Let's get to work.
Will you and Carlisle get these specimens back to camp? We'll be glad to.
Look out! Why, there's an inscription here. Can you translate it, Tal Shatali?
Yes, I can translate it. It says, "Let what reposes behind this stone remain hidden from the eyes of mankind for all time."
Why, the secret of the Scorpion dynasty must lie beyond this wall.
Perhaps it would be wise not to learn what that secret is.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I think Mr. Tal Shatali is right. I feel as though I were robbing a grave right now.
You afraid, Billy?
Well, no, sir. I just don't want to pry into anybody's secrets. I'll go into these passages and remove that pottery for you, but I don't want any part of this.
Very well.
Billy Batson is the wisest one among us. I think I shall follow his example, if I may be excused.
Just as you like.
Look, the scorpion. Why, it's not a tomb at all.
What on earth is it?
Oh, that's hard to say.
Why, these are lenses of a sort.
They're probably a fused quartz of some kind.
Well, if this is the dreaded secret of the Scorpion dynasty, it seems to be quite harmless now. Sunlight seems to have something to do with it.
Why? These lenses are adjustable. Here, bring them all into focus.
Shazam!
My name is...
All is known to me. Your name is Billy Batson. You did not pry into the secret of the Scorpion. That is why I am here.
But where did you come from?
Out of the past, my son. Down through the ages to guard the secret of the Scorpion.
You've been alive all these years?
What you call life returned to me when your friends violated the tomb of the Scorpion.
Well, they meant no harm.
Then they should have obeyed the inscription on the tomb. The harm has been done. It is your duty to see that the curse of the Scorpion is not visited upon innocent people.
My duty?
Yes. So long as the golden Scorpion may fall into the hands of selfish men, it is the duty of Captain Marvel to protect the innocent from its evil use.
But who is Captain Marvel?
You are, my son. All that is necessary is to repeat my name, Shazam. By its repetition, you will become Captain Marvel and take on the virtues you see recorded there. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the great courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. You must never call upon this power except in the service of right. To do so would bring the Scorpion's curse upon your own head. And now, my son, repeat my name and return to the rescue of your friends.
Shazam!
concussion from the explosion.
What caused it?
Why, that device there. Quick, call the others. We've got to get Lang and Fisher up to camp. You bring the Scorpion. Take care of the scroll, Bentley.
It is set forth here that a certain arrangement of the lenses will transmute any substance placed in front of the base lens to pure gold.
That's impossible.
Sounds like rubbish to me.
Well, we can soon find out. Show us how to arrange the lenses.
Billy, bring me several stones. Place them on the ground. Step back, please.
Why, it is gold. The purest I've ever seen.
Only the sun's rays is needed to create it. If we only knew the formula for making those lenses.
What difference does that make? We've got these. Gentlemen, do you realize that this golden scorpion makes us the richest and most powerful group in the world?
Too rich and too powerful. Are you suggesting that we destroy the scorpion? Think of its scientific value. I am thinking of that. What do you propose? That the lenses be distributed among us. That another take the scorpion itself. And in that way, the device could never be used without the consent of all.
But what about the scroll? The scorpion is useless without it.
I suggest that Billy Batson be entrusted with the scroll.
Oh, but he's so young, how? And this is of such vast importance.
Nevertheless, Billy is probably the only one among us who can't translate it.
Oh, but Mr. Howell,
I think Mr. Howell's plan is excellent. Charlie, will you disassemble the lenses, please?
Professor Fisher? Mr. Carlyle? Professor Bentley? Dr. Lang? Mr. Malcolm? And Billy, this is for you to guard. See that you guard it well. It contains a precious and a dangerous secret.
Don't worry, Tally. I'll guard it.
Well said, young fellow. I'm sure you will. See that your personal belongings are packed tonight. We start to load at 4 o'clock in the morning and start for the base camp at daylight.
Signal.
Thank you, sir.
There's evil in the air tonight.
Yes, sir. You know, I feel the same way.
You all seem restless tonight.
For good reason.
fights the curse of the Golden Scorpion does well to protect himself. Good night.
Good night.
Find the scroll. Bring it and return to Raman Bar.
You men of the hills know the legend. It is as old as the rocks about you, spewed up by Scorpio, the guardian of the Valley of Tombs. If the hands of alien whites desecrate our holy places, Scorpio will give the sign to war. Scorpio has spoken.
What's up?
Mr. Howell's been murdered.
Howell murdered?
Yes, sir.
The sentry's been knifed, sir.
Rout out your men. Search the camp.
Yes, sir.
Where is Howell?
In our tent.
Radio the British troops at Fort Multan. Tell them we need immediate aid.
Yes, sir. MAE on 624 calling Fort Multan. Malcolm Archaeological Expedition on 624 calling Fort Multan.
Fort Multan, come in, ME.
We need immediate aid. We were attacked by natives this afternoon, and 2 of our men have been killed here tonight.
Stand by, ME.
Yes, Sergeant?
Trouble with that Malcolm expedition in the Valley of Tombs, sir. They're standing by.
Ask their exact position and tell them I'll send a troop immediately. Orderly!
Must have your exact location.
Colonel Hudson says the troops are well on their way.
Thank you, Billy.
One of my men reports movement in the rock, sir.
Tell them to keep a sharp lookout, Lieutenant. Honestly believe that the volcano has anything to do with the scorpion?
That's the legend. The natives were regarded as a sign of war.
I don't believe there's a native within 10 miles of here.
Look!
English troops are coming. They've got a cannon.
Take men across through Coghlan and ambush them.
Give me some ammunition.
Can't stand much more of this.
We can only get across the gorge.
Get the others.
Yes, sir. Come on.
What? Get the cars ready. We're trying to get through to the troops.
Come on.
Deploy!
Get out behind the baggage, Betty, and protect you from the gunfire. What about you, Billy? I'll be all right.
They will try to cross the gorge. Send men ahead of them and dynamite the bridge. You'll have to hurry.
Shazam!